On my second day of my coaster trip earlier this summer, I decided to go to Wisconsin because they had a lot of cool stuff there. First of which was in Green Bay's apparent city park or something. They have a Gravity Group coaster, and since Gravity Group is my favorite manufacturer, I needed to go to basically Canada just to do that because that's more important than all of the other things. So we are currently recording a little too early going into this place, so I guess I'll stall for time a little bit. Anyway, Zippin Pippin is what we're here to ride today. Incredibly, hilariously out of the way. Absolutely worth it because Gravity Group is better than you. The the residents of Green Bay, Wisconsin definitely have something absolutely lovely on their hands, and I'm very envious of them because if in my fucking city park I had something as cool as this, then I would be there every third day. I can't say every day because that's a little hyperbolic. But, you see me typing. I'm going in the RCDB right now to see if I can find any, just random information I can say about Bay Beach. Their telephone is area code 920-448-3365 in case you want to. Who are you even calling? Because the park itself has no borders. It's like the actual city park of Green Bay, Wisconsin. So I don't really know who you're calling. Anyway, they apparently used to have two wood coasters called Greyhound and Jackrabbit, and opened during the beginning of the Great Depression and closed during the Great Depression. Greyhound, so that story holds water. And they replaced a coaster that opened in 1901 called Jackrabbit, and it closed shortly before Greyhound. So I guess kind of sucks for people in Green Bay because between 1936 and May 21st, 2011, they were without a roller coaster. But then again, I don't think almost any local city parks have coasters anywhere near this good basically ever. So good for them, I guess. Down there you see Scat, very rare flat ride that is just whack as all hell. I rode it before, Scat 2 at Beach Bend, and it basically, that sensation of on a Gravitron where your face is glued to the ride the entire time and it feels very unsettling. Yeah, it's that, except at weird angles, and then when they're loading and unloading passengers, you're falling diagonally and you have to hold on to not hit your face and shit. It's a very, very not modern ride. And what I love about going to weird places like this is that you get to ride cool old antique rides like this. Here we are continuing to show just so much superfluous footage. I think my logic with that is that we're going to a park that has a couple flats and a roller coaster and that's it, and I really try to go over 10 minutes with my videos to make them look more important, and I failed to do that on my last video with the Nickelodeon Universe thing, so I'm trying again just by showing nothing but parking lot. If you really wanted to survey the park, look at that bird and shit. If you really wanted to survey the parking lot in Green Bay, Wisconsin's city park called Bay Beach Amusement Park at 1313 Bay Beach Road in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Do I have that for you? Check out that trash can over there. It looks like they take it out regularly. Good for them. It was a pretty warm day, and I was pretty warm from marijuana. He was driving, so you don't have to worry about all that. And I'll tell you what, I was just ready to get him. And from what I heard, the lines don't get too fucked up at Bay Beach, Green Bay. I'm not here to watch the Packers. Fuck football. I mean, I know that everyone likes it, but I don't. Sorry. Anyway, so we went here and stuff, and so we had to go to the ticket counter thing, and we know that the tickets are the cheapest thing ever, and we were planning on we only had 3 hours to be here, or actually a little less. But we were just going to marathon Zippin Pippin after riding Scat and just call it a day. Well, turns out that this was just some holiday or something or other, because it was slam-packed with motherfuckers. I mean, it was brutal. Very hot, a lot of people. And I was planning on riding Zippin Pippin and going through that ejector yeet hill as many times as possible. But no. So you see this ticket's 25-cent thing? It's Wisconsin in general has the best value parks ever. So if you fly to Chicago and go to Six Flags Great America and stuff, and you don't go north to Bay Beach, Little America, and Mount Olympus, you're making mistakes because they're so affordable. Mount Olympus, if you buy the ticket online, it's $5 fucking. Show up late in the day and they don't even have a manned parking attendant booth thing. you have here were literally 25-cent tickets, which are the coolest tickets, by the way, like old school, like, you know, at Knoebels, they have like the old school, you know, fair tickets. They do the same thing here. I actually kept a little bit as a memento because I was able to keep a lot of it. So we're walking up, because, and I'll tell you why in a second. We're walking away from the ticket booth, and we weren't paying attention that like each ticket is 25 cents rather than like $1 or something. So the math was all fucked up. So Colson went to get tickets for us to ride Scat once and Zippin Pippin twice, but the math was all janked up to where I think he bought like 3 1/3 rides or something between the two of us. We're like, oh god damn it. So we just decided, look, let's just go to the Scat ride and just get all that done, and then let's reevaluate whatever. And then we went to the ticket booth again, understanding the, you know, divide by 4 looking ass, because Zippin Pippin's $1. $1. Can you believe that? $1. And then Galveston Pier at $16. Coney Island's like $500. Man, fuck. Wisconsin slaps in that regard. Anyway, we went to the other ticket booth thing, and like fucking, we were a little ambitious and like, dude, we're gonna want to ride Zippin Pippin like 10 times. There's not gonna be a line. Let's just fucking go. It's only $1 anyway. So I think got enough to do 11 rides each with the tickets we capped after riding Scat, which is, by the way, just the name Scat is absolutely hilarious. Scat rules. Anyway, so we did all of that, and then we go up and you see, holy shit, it's like a 45-minute wait for Zippin Pippin. And look, I'm wearing a beach bench. Oh, yeah, I see why I did that nonsense. Because Bay Beach is the other place that has that cool flat ride. Yay. And also because Bay Beach and Beach Bend, like, I confuse the two parks. Like, I like word slip the parks incorrectly like all the time. Like Bay Beach in Kentucky and Beach Bend in Wisconsin. And is that Ferris wheel going backwards? It's kind of cool. Is that what they're supposed to do? I don't even know. I don't ride Ferris wheels because I'm not 9 or on a date. And I think I used that joke in my fucking Kima Boardwalk video, so that's not even original. It's really lame of me. Anyway, as you can see, it's a beautiful day, and they got all the seagulls and birds and stuff, and happy people. And dude, I wish my fucking city park looked anything like this. This is cool. Like, if I in theory cared about having children, which no, like, this would be a pretty cool place to grow up. I mean, like, you know, have your picnic and ride Zippin Pippin. I mean, let's fucking go. So down there is, you know, the star attraction and the entire reason I went to Green Bay and will never otherwise come again. I will come back for Pippin Zippin, but I thought I was being cute, just flipping the words around, and now I'm hearing it after the fact, and it doesn't sound good. I don't like that. F-. To the left is bumper car ride. Whee! Swings. And I like the old school aesthetic of that. And this whole little park, even though it's, you know, kind of open with not a lot of attractions, it still feels kind of old school, a little retro, and very warm and inviting. And so yeah, this place is pretty cool. You see, like, they have just the regular swings. Like, as I was saying, this is just a straight up city park with no entry gates or anything. They just have a few cool rides and like one of the best fucking wood coasters in the country hanging out over here. You know, by best, I mean like top 25 wood, you know. I think Zippin Pippin made my number fucking 52 or something like that. I don't want to tell you fibs. So I have Zippin Pippin as my number 53 coaster and number 20 overall Woody, which, you know, pretty high considering, you know, 365 coasters I've been on. Anyway, sorry, I'm clearing my nose. It's just very unprofessional, whatever. Anyway, there's a little train over there and a goofy little slide. I should have ridden that slide. I didn't even know that was there. Was it even open? Who knows? Anyway, this very themed path right here is taking us very slowly to Zippin Pippin. And anyway, about the coaster itself, for those of you who didn't know the lore behind this, it was Elvis's favorite coaster, and I was so blasted when I took a picture of this and posted on Facebook that I was in this park. I called it Michael Jackson's favorite coaster. So you see how informed I went in as an enthusiast. And well, now I know it's Elvis. I'm definitely sure it's Elvis. So they had, come on RCDB, fill in the information for me. So it's a copy of the Zippin Pippin originally at Liberty Land in Memphis, Tennessee. They couldn't move the coaster to Bay Beach because it was like all old and rotted and fucked and shit. So they decided to get Gravity Group to use the original blueprints to build it here. And Gravity Group is just great. They are gods in the coaster community, in my opinion. And so when they rebuilt it, I'm certain this is better than the original one in Tennessee. Like, unless the other one had like buzz bars or something, which I sincerely doubt. Anyway, so I'm going in and I still have confidence. Yeah, man, Elvis's. By the way, I saw this say Elvis favorite. There's no apostrophe S, man. I saw that say Elvis favorite ride, and then I still posted on Facebook, hey, it's Michael Jackson's. I don't even listen to Michael Jackson's music. How did I even make that mistake? Anyway, so I'm going in ahead, waiting for Colson to come in because he's buying the way too many tickets. And by the time I call him and tell him, wait a minute, this line is fucked up, he's like, well, sucks for me because I bought like $22 of tickets for 11 rides. I don't know why he chose 11. Very arbitrary number. So we had like 88 tickets. And we ended up riding it twice. Like, that sucks every butthole. Anyway, so we did get 2 rides, and I enjoyed them, but at the same time, I wanted to marathon this. It's in Green Bay. It's so far away. We just chose a really bad day to go because they were celebrating, I don't know, cheese curds or whatever the fuck they do in Wisconsin. Anyway, so here we are walking up to the, yay, there's a line. And like, oh, fuck. And then the line isn't shaded, so we were burning out. He had a hat. I didn't. Not like I ever have a hat or glasses anyway. I don't know why I'm even, or sunscreen. I don't do any of the things you should do to protect yourself at an amusement park. I got home after my trip and I looked like I was like rolling around on the surface of the sun for like a week. So there's Zippin Pippin, once again. And about the ride itself, it's quite smooth. It's got a little bit of roughness to where it's pretty fun. The intensity's nice. The view is gorgeous over Green Bay. Is that what that body of water is? The Bay of Green? I don't know. Whatever. The view of the water and stuff, especially on a pretty day like this, was really a treat. This line was not a treat. That was close to an hour, and that sucked. Fuck that. If they had it, I wish that they did it like, express lane where they charge like $4 a ride or something for you to jump the line. I would have done that 10 times. I'd have spent $40 to ride this 10 times. This roller coaster is fantastic. I would say comparable to this, you might think something like Boardwalk Bullet at Kima Boardwalk. That is better than this, but this just feels so different and so pleasant that it's really hard to compare it to anything, quite honestly, because like a Gravity Group Boardwalk kind of setting coaster thing. You see how pretty it is over there? Yeah. Anyway, ride it and stuff, and also the ejector yeet hill at the end there. I was just so distracted on both of my rides, and I guess I would say that final triangle hill has ejector similar to Magnum, but I don't think it's like shoots you to outer space from a shotgun while you take it up the ass like a lot of people say that ejector is. I don't know if it's that much. I mean, it's pretty wild. I mean, I think it ejects you about as much as Pegasus down the street at Mount Olympus fucking like breaks your neck when it arrives at the station. I don't know why I compared those two things. That makes no sense at all. Anyway, we're walking away from the ride after, waiting an hour, and that sucked. And then we ride it again. I definitely got myself some Wisconsin cheese curds to eat in the line, so I could say, something positive about what I did in Green Bay, and it was very good. And then, going in, but going out, it gave me diarrhea, I'm pretty sure. It was delicious, and I would do it again, especially after riding Zippin Pippin. Fucking wonderful roller coaster, and if you have the opportunity, you should go there, and if you don't, that sucks.